Greetings and welcome to the Thirsty Mage, the virtual pub where friends get together to talk about their favorite demon fusions. I'm your host, the guy who always dives into the deep end of the pool whenever he finds a new franchise he likes, David Lloyd. And this episode we are talking about the Atlas cash cow called Shin Megami Tensei. Whether it's the mainline games or the spin-offs, we'll be talking about what we love about this total franchise. Joining me is someone who is no stranger to pixies, Mothmen, and the occasional Jack Frost. It's Casey Gibson.
Yes, hello. I love a good pixie, of course. But I was going to say, it's funny. I feel like nowadays, remember back in the heyday, you'd always have a beer while recording and stuff. But I feel like now it's more like a cafe where we're always drinking our coffee to just try and stay up.
We been recording late lately, and you and I have been having some rough goes at work, and so by the time we get to the recording lounge, it's time to chug a brewski full of caffeine.
Yeah.
But
definitely needed these days.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we're fully alert and ready to talk about some SMT. But before we do, I just wanted to quickly promote. We have 2 issues of the Thirsty Mage RPG magazine out. I've kind of settled on just putting the digital. So it's a digital RPG magazine, and it's basically right through the website. I find that's just the best way to make it look pretty for the cell phones that everyone is going to read it on. So if you head over to thethirstymage.com, right smack in the middle there is the first 2 issues of the newsletter magazine. And we're currently working on the 3rd one that should be released at the beginning of December. So we're having a lot of fun. Everyone's involved. Casey and I, Jordan and Paige, we're all chipping in articles. So we've got some reviews of games. We've got Casey's got his memorable booty article that he's doing each month. We got some fun ideas cooking up for this newsletter coming up. So
yeah, some holiday related stories will be shared, and I believe we're each doing a Christmas recommendation game, right, or something along those lines. But yeah, it should be a fun one. Especially, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I always associate like Nintendo. Even when I think of Nintendo Power, it's always like that big November, December, Christmas time hype. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited for this newsletter.
So yeah, we'll be doing that. And then the other thing I'll mention to everyone is that this episode is a very SMT focused episode, but it's also going to be SMT all year round coming up for 2026. We're
in perpetuity.
Yeah. There's 2025 was the year of Fire Emblem. 2026 is the year of SMT. So we'll be talking about that in this episode, but then we'll also be playing it as of the beginning of January, and we're going to be starting with Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey. So if you've ever wanted to play Strange Journey, but maybe you're too scared or you need some motivation to get through, come join us chuckleheads over on Discord. We're all
Misery
gonna be
loves
playing
company, baby.
Yeah, that's right. When we're getting beaten down by bosses, someone will figure it out and let the rest of us know how to get past the boss. So just head over again. Thethirstymage.com has the Discord link at the top if you're not already a member. But feel free to join Discord anytime and hop in. We are 100% bot free. I've been booting people left, right, and center for the past week. I don't know what happened this week. It's been a weird week with people popping in just to annoy us, but that's
flooding
okay.
in from Red.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have a lot of new friends over. A lot of friends from Reddit coming over. I guess I don't know. I guess I'll mention that too. I've been moderating. I'm the one and only moderator of RPG_gamers. I would say that the general audience in that subreddit are probably mostly Western leaning folks. There's definitely JRPGs discussed, but I would have to say a lot of discussion around Bethesda games. A lot of CRPG talk in there, but I'm trying to motivate folks to spread their horizons
He's
and look.
infiltrated, is what he's saying, and
Yeah,
he's spread the good word of the JRPG.
yeah. I was just gonna say they've dropped in the JRPG stand who's gonna try to convert some folks over. So yeah. And my last post was a real doozy apparently. So I'm already up to like 300,000 views, and uh, I will just say that I feel like most of those replies did not read the post in its entirety. I
On
think
the
they might
internet,
have.
no way.
I know, eh? Like misunderstandings, or are you kidding me? But yeah, that's okay. I'm taking it in stride. I'm having a good chuckle over it. So if you want to know what that's all about, you can head over there too. But yeah, this episode is all about SMT. It's funny because like we've I couldn't even explain why all of a sudden it's just like a kind of a eureka moment of like, man, why am I not playing more of these SMT games? I know you're a Persona fan. I'm a Persona fan. We both finished SMT 5. Like I don't know. It's one of those things where it's maybe I just didn't realize all like I knew it was a big franchise, but when you look back at like all the stuff we missed back in the day,
Yeah,
like it's just massive franchise.
yeah, I think too, right? Like you think, SMT 4 and 5, and then you think Persona 3, 4, 5 is like, I'd say the main staples, right? That people would play, and then yeah, you pull back the curtain, and there's so many more sub franchises, and different styles, but like keep it all feeling, very SMT. Um, which I think is for me a big appeal, right? Because it's like I love the atmosphere and the tone of these games, especially SMT, more so than Persona, and then to just be able to be like, oh, we could play like a strategy RPG in this style, you know what I mean? Or it's pretty cool to have, and then all the demons and everything, obviously.
Yeah, the latest game that I've finished was quite funny when the kids came over like, hey, what you playing on your 3DS? And I'm like, oh, it's a game where I've become the king of hell and I'm about to kill God.
Oh,
But I guess
and
I
then they
guess
turn away
that
and
that,
walk
that
away.
yeah. Yeah. I
Cool,
guess that
Dad.
that probably applies to about 30 different S&T games, I guess. But it sounds funny when you're trying to
It's
explain
funny.
to someone what you're doing. Um, but it's funny too because then you would just assume, well, you must be the bad guy. I'm like, no, I'm the hero.
No, yeah, no, I saved those idiots.
Yeah, no, those demons from hell are actually good guys. They're not so bad. They're
Most of the
pretty
time, they
nice.
aren't.
Yeah, yeah. Jack Frost is always a happy dude.
Oh, I love,
He's always
yeah,
got a
the
smile.
the Jack Bros,
Yeah,
definitely the best.
but I guess we should start with like how we got introduced to this series. I'm wondering, Casey, do you remember the first SMT game that you enjoyed?
Yes, I do. So I remember first hearing about it on RFN way back in the day. This would have been like 2013, probably end of 2013 ish. That's like when I first got my first office job, where it's like, oh, I could listen to podcasts while I work. Um, so at RFN, and then they talked about SMT, and it was one of those things that, like, obviously, right, Shin Megami Tensei, super Japanese game, and and I love super Japanese games, so it was always one of those like, oh, I'd like to play that at some point. I didn't like jump right into it after hearing about it. Like I knew about it for a bit, but like never really got into it. And then I picked up SMT4 on the 3DS. I bought that sucker on digitally, actually. Let's see, that released in 2013 in America. So that actually probably lines up why I would have first heard about it at the end of 2013. I don't remember exactly when I played it, but I would probably say 2014, 2015 range. Um, and man, it is what a brutal introduction to the series. 4 is just stupid. Honestly, it's stupid. I died like 8 times before I even like recruited a demon on my team. Like I'd try and it'd be like, nah, screw you, and then it would just own me. And I was like, oh, I was like, this game is absurd. And I remember looking online and like people were like, yeah, like the beginning could be pretty stupid. But sort of, whack your head against the wall for like a half hour until all of a sudden you got a couple demons, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is tuned to have a couple demons on your team. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, and
Yeah,
and I fell in love with the game. And then yeah, that sparked it, right? And then yeah, well, I guess the question was just the first game right here, so I won't get too deep into. I'm sure we'll touch more on other games we played, but yeah. What about you? What was your first one?
uh, I'm pretty sure the first one that I played was SMT Strange Journey. Shortly after I joined NWR, and this was so the Switch had released. The 3DS was like basically forgotten at this point, and I'm fairly certain, if memory serves me right, that Atlas just like tossed us a bunch of codes for Strange Journey because no one was covering them the 3DS game at that point. So
Yeah,
I
we
think
we
they had a bunch
determined
of extra
it
codes.
came out after right when it came out
Well,
after something, and the Switch, right? Yeah, it came out
yeah,
the remake.
yeah, the
And
Redux, Strange Journey Redux, I think came out in like 20. I want to say it was like uh oh, was it? It might have even been one of the late 3DS.
2017.
Was it like late 2017 or like mid to late? Because
So Strange Redux, it was. Oh, okay. So actually, it was 2017 in Japan. It was May 15th, 2018. Yeah,
yeah, I was
and
gonna
the
say it was
Switch.
like a long time after the Switch
Yeah,
launched. It was
the
like one of
Switch
the
was
last 3DS
March
games.
2017. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I do remember a bunch of us playing this, and I feel like it was like everyone fell off really quick.
yeah,
But like, I don't necessarily think it was because of the quality of the game. More so, it was just it was 2018, and the Switch was popping.
yeah. Well, now it's funny now that I know it was 2018 when it released. It was either Strange Journey or Persona 5 because I would have played Persona 5 around that same time too.
Man, so you played 5 before 4 for
Yes,
Persona?
I went in reverse order. So the first Persona game I played was 5. The second one I played was 4, and then I played 3. So I've been playing them in reverse order. The
Didn't
Persona
realize you were
series.
such a SMT noob.
I know. It's funny. Well, and it's I've got a list of like the S&T games, and it's funny because I remember like there's been a bunch like since that time. I've kind of dipped my toes into a bunch of different ones, but without actually like finishing them. Because I
Yeah.
remember like I played a good chunk of Nocturne when it came out. Because I remember picking that up for the Switch. I actually have a physical copy of that one.
We
And
both played
then
that at the same time too, and
yeah,
I think we put in like 5 to 10 maybe.
yeah, that sounds about right. I probably put about 20 hours into SMT4, I think.
Dude, oh, you should beat that game.
Yeah. So I'll be just
Honestly,
starting
oh,
fresh though when I
oh
get to
yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Forward Apocalypse, dude. Apocalypse is really good too.
Yeah. What is it? There's what is it? It's not I can't remember if I played if it was the first Soul Hackers or if it was there's like games like Soul Hackers there where he had like some kind of digital thing that was calling demons. I can't remember if it was
Well, there's Devil's
maybe it was
Survive
Soul Hacker.
Summoner, right?
Well, Devil Summoner is the I just played Devil's no, I played Devil Survivor. Yeah, I think Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. I'm pretty sure I played that one recently.
Yeah, yeah, these names. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, Devil Summoner series, first franchise to stray from the apocalypse. So that one's got Devil Summoner, then Devil Summoner Soul Hackers, then Soul Hackers 2, and then I think they re-released all those, right?
Yeah.
Or
I don't
yes,
know.
oh Soul
There's
yeah. There's a Hackers for 3DS that's a remaster.
Okay, yeah, Soul Hackers. Yeah, I've definitely played the first Soul Hackers. Now that I see the cover art. Oh no, that doesn't.
Yeah,
Oh
see, I
man,
don't
now I
think
don't
I've
know
ever
because
played a
there was
devil
one where he has like some kind
summoner.
of digital gun or something.
This is
Yeah.
too funny.
There's too
Um,
many games in this, and it's funny because they've been around since like the big like the Famicom days. Like that's how old these games are, but they never came to the West until like the early 2000s. I think uh, I believe Persona 2 might have been the first. It was like around 2006 or
and that was on
2000, or maybe it's like
PS2, right?
2004. Well, I don't. It wasn't even the PS2 version that came over. It was the PSP version.
Hmm. Yeah, no, yeah, I've never played. So I guess I've played a little bit of three, like we talked about. I played fourth all the way through, Apocalypse all the way through, Vengeance all the way through. Never played the older ones, and then yeah, I've played Persona 3, 4, 5. Um, I've played, I believe it was Devil Survivor 2, the re-release for the 3DS, which is funny because I don't think I played the first one, but I think it was just like, yeah, because I'm trying to look at the box art. I'm pretty sure I played the second one, but those games are tough as nails. Like I always got like owned in that one. Um,
Oh, here we
and
go.
you said you
I don't want to be accused of giving out false information, so I will confirm. Technically, the first Megami Tensei game was Jack Bros for the Virtual Boy, um,
mm,
but
I've not played that one, even though I did
yeah,
have a Virtual Boy at one point.
not an RPG though.
No, I
So
also think
that
it's
one doesn't count.
super expensive if you actually wanted to get a physical
Yeah.
cartridge.
So the actual first one was in 1996. It was the first Persona. So it was Revelations Persona was released in North America in 1996.
Hey, if you want Jack Bros complete in box with everything for the Virtual Boy, you could get it for right now for $1,700 USD.
Holy moly! Or you
Granted,
can
that's a
play it
buy it now,
on
so it's probably
you,
cheaper.
you can play it on the Switch 2 soon. I think that the Jack Bros.
Is that one part of that?
I think so.
I forget it. Virtual Boy
But the
Nintendo.
first mainline SMT game was Nocturne, and that was released in 2004. So that was the one I was thinking of. Was
We
the
played that
2004
one.
Nocturne? Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was PS2.
Now that's a game I'd like to go back, but I do feel like it's probably going to be one of those ones that just feels pretty primitive, like especially
Yeah,
now that I mean Vengeance obviously was so good, but I feel like even just
yeah.
the steps between 3, 4, like 5, I don't know, it might be a little tough to go back, but I don't know, maybe with like the I'm assuming it's got some sort of speed up option, maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but
So since this point, like yeah, I finished a lot of SMT games because well, I mentioned a few that I just played a bit of, but the ones I did finish were Persona 5, Persona 4, and Persona. So I guess specifically Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, um, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 3 Reload. Even though I did play the PSP version of Persona 3, I got about three quarters of the way through that one. And
Yeah,
then
I actually I beat
for
the
SMT, so yeah,
PSP
I
version too.
finished SMT 5 when it came out. I actually did the review for that one. So I finished that when it originally came out. Oh man, is that the only SMT I've actually finished? Other than the game that's kind of got me back on this like huge bandwagon of like I need to play and finish more of these games is Devil Survivor. So I'm playing. I just actually finished last night the 3DS. It's basically like the Redux version of. There was on DS. There was Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, and they did an updated version for 3DS, which is Devil Survivor Overclocked. And so what that one added was it added voice acting, and it also added an eighth day to the gameplay. So technically, I finished the original game, but now I'm playing like, I don't know if you'd want to call it like DLC or whatever, but they've like extended the story because the original game. So there is like an ending, but it's kind of there's actually different endings to the game depending on how you make choices. So there's a couple different endings, but then they don't kind of like follow through on like the results of everything that happens. It's kind of hard to explain without spoiling, but yeah. So Devil's Survivor is a bit of a different type of SMT game in the sense that um, there's no there's no real exploration. It's more of a menu based like. I guess the premise of the game is that Tokyo has been, or a section of Tokyo has been locked down by the government, and you're a trio of kids or teenagers or whatever in the lockdown, and within this like lockdown area of Tokyo, like demons are popping up, and it's because they call them comps in the game, but they're basically Nintendo DSs. and the kids are just kind of like, people are just picking them up randomly off the street because someone is putting them out there, and people have figured out that they can call demons with these comps. And so yeah, this trio of three are like, okay, we got some demon friends now, they're helping us out, let's figure out how to get out of this lockdown. And it leads to basically the kids figuring out that it's like, okay, well, there seems to be this like battle between the demons and the angels, and the humans are kind of caught in the middle. And so the way to kind of free Tokyo of the lockdown is to become the king of hell, the demon king of hell.
Naturally.
So yeah, they figure there's some funny things that come along, but basically the whole point is to you need to become the demon king so that you could control the demons, and the government will end the lockdown if they think the demon population is under control or whatever. So and there's like I think there's 5 different endings from what I've heard, and they all kind of depend on your relationships and decisions within the game, because there's certain characters that you have to continue like talking to throughout the game to build up to a certain point. And then I believe it's on the 7th day, there's like or at the end of the 6th day actually, there's a choice of like 5 different people, and you have to choose one person to meet, and then you kind of develop a plan with that person to move forward. So there's
Your
like
waifu?
chaos. Yeah, no waifus in this game.
No persona in my Devil Survivor, dang
No, no, it's just a different group of teenagers. That's it.
it.
Um, and yeah, so you could be like a good guy, or you could be like, I'm going to kill all the humans when I become the Demon King, or like there's a few different ways you can go about it or whatever. So so I ended up I made my choice, and it would surprise no one if they heard what I did. And so I got an ending, but um, the route I had chosen, there was basically like a 2-step plan, and I complete in the quote unquote original game. I completed the first step, and then it's kind of just left open whether I actually did the second step. But now Overclocked adds the 8th day, and now I actually get to do that second step,
It's
which is
nice
kind
to
of neat.
know Atlas hasn't changed, you know?
Yeah, you got to
They
wait until
released
the
2 versions to get the full story, and they're gonna
yeah.
charge you twice.
Yeah, those buggers, like there's without fail, like every time, like it's almost like uh Ubisoft games where you're like, never buy on day 1, wait until week 3, and then you get 50% off.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, it's just like with an Atlas game. It's like, never buy the first version of an Atlas game, wait until the second version comes out, the complete version.
Yeah, it is funny how it's like almost everyone all
Yeah.
their releases seem to follow that format. Obviously some better initial releases like right Persona 5, I think the original release was still pretty damn nice. I didn't beat the original release. I played like halfway through. But But yeah, like I know SMT5, is definitely the Vengeance was a big upgrade compared to the base game. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I haven't played the first Devil Survivor, but I played some of the second one. I wish I had my 3DS with me. I'd see how many hours I put into it. But I just remember trying and getting my butt kicked so hard, dude. And I remember like I'd reset and I'd have to reset and like I don't know what it was. I forget the difficulty settings, but I think it was just on like the regular base setting, and I was just getting destroyed. I was like, Jesus Christmas.
Yeah, I don't even remember if I had an option to change the difficulty in the first one. Like maybe, but I don't remember seeing it.
Well, yeah, maybe that was maybe that's why I
I'm bad
was
at
sad. I
paying
wish there
attention
was
to
an
stuff
easy
in the
mode.
menu. Yeah, where's Dracky mode?
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Uh, Devil Survivor has no. Okay, so Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker has two main Blessed, which is easy, and Apocalypse, which is normal.
Oh, okay.
Well, Blessed makes the games easy. See, I probably played Apocalypse and then dropped down to Blessed, and I was still probably getting owned. And then I was probably quitting shame.
Yeah. Well, there's a few doozy battles in Devil Survivor. Like it's funny with Devil Survivor, it's like all S&T games kind of have like some commonalities, but then when you go to like these spin-off type games, like that's when kind of like the base mechanics start changing. So like the demons are always seem to always for the most part be the same in most of the games. Like obviously the more modern ones, I think they've just kind of increased the catalog of demons like by adding a few, but
Yeah.
uh a lot of them are like you see like they're all based on mythology, like mythologies around the world, like you get your Odins and your Thors and your Lokis and Quetzalcoatls and or however you pronounce it, and
And the stick isn't there like also like the sticks guy? Like isn't that like that
oh,
demon that
Cerebus
like
and
rows the boat, right?
oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
I think
There's
there's a demon like that. Like I forget the name.
yeah, and Pixie, Jack Frost. Like you always you get your regular people. It's funny that some of the games, like so in Devil Survivor, there's no demon negotiation. Like there's a demon auction. So uh, as you do battles, you make they call it maca, or like basically it's just gold or whatever,
The
credits, money,
money,
whatever.
currency.
Yeah, currency, but the way you get your demons is by purchasing them. So there's like an auction where like you and three other people with comps are like there's like a 5 second auction where like this thing starts counting down and people's bids start going up, and then you basically put in a bid and you just keep bidding, and it's basically eBay for demons. So it's kind of a interesting there, and then whenever you have your like demon catalog, they have like the fusion, so then you can build up your demon army with by fusing the different demons and stuff. So it's kind of interesting there because like obviously in like the Persona series, they have the actual negotiations of like the demon will chirp you in a way, and then you have to respond in a certain way that they're affectionate to you to join your
That
team.
seemingly always feels random.
Yeah, it does.
I swear
Yeah,
you could try the same approach for the same demon type, and you get totally different responses.
yeah. But I think one of the other commonalities between all the games is Atlas seems to really have like uh, epic punishing boss, like especially final boss battles. Um, I know like Persona 5 boss battle, like it's still probably easily one of my favorite boss like final bosses in all video games. Devil Survivor, the one I just finished now, it took me a few goes to get her done, but again, like it was wild. Like I got to so there's like bosses for each day of the week, basically to a certain extent. There's like five main bosses in the game, and then you get to the final boss. But then you have to gauntlet all five again, and then beat two phases of the of the final boss. So there's like basically seven bosses that you have to get through. With no saving, like it's all just in
My
one shot.
goodness. Yeah,
And
brutality.
Yeah, and the only reason, really, the only reason why I was able to even do it was because, uh, which boss? It would have
Because I
been
use save states.
no. Well, no, I didn't. I played the actual 3DS game, so no. But
Sure, you did.
I found a trick between the second and third boss, where I was able to recharge all of my characters. Oh no, sorry, it's the third. There was three bosses. So I had fought the first phase of the final boss, then I beat two of the Gauntless bosses, and then the third Gauntless boss is in a fixed position. So I was able to just kind of hang out on the battlefield and recharge like my entire team. And then I was able to start up on them, and so that got me across the finish line, figuring that out. So
Any way to get a W is a W, right? Any way to
yeah,
get there.
yep. If they allow you to do it, then it ain't cheating if the system lets it happen.
Yep, yeah. Don't hate the player, hate the game, baby.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess for me, I always just like my favorite part. I think of SMT games is just the fusions, right?
yeah,
Where like I'm playing Pokemon ZA right now, and it's great, right? I love catching Pokemon, finding the different ones, evolving them, and like sort of building out that team of like, oh, this is sort of like oh, this is going to be one of my core six, right? And you sort of slowly fill that out, and then you get to the end, or maybe the back end of the game. It's like, yeah, I used pretty much the same team. Where I really love an SMT. It's you're always fusing, you're always getting new demons, and I for one very rarely go look up like a specific demon. I'm sure there's been a fight that like I was like, hey, what is good for this guy? What this boss said, I'm getting my butt kicked on, and maybe try to fuse that. But generally speaking, I very much go in there just sort of willy nilly, like let's see what happens. You know what I mean?
yep,
Um, and I love that, and it's just like super rewarding. And then all of a sudden, right then, like, oh crud, there was a malfunction during my fuse, and then you get
yeah,
some random jabroni you don't want, or like maybe you get lucky and it's like, oh my god, that demon's like 8 levels higher and he's super cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I just that's like to me some of my favorite stuff, and then just the post apocalyptic, right? Like hell, heaven, earth, demons, all this, the law, the chaos, the different routes you can go. It just it all sort of I feel like feeds into each other, and just really the atmosphere of these games, right, is just fun to be in those worlds and like see all the chaos.
yeah. It's funny because I feel like the Persona series focuses. There's a little bit more focus on the story itself. Like it feels like it's a little more tailored. But then the SMT games, I feel like they're more for people who like to play with the systems, because I feel like you got a lot more freedom to like play with different builds and be like, okay, well, I want a guy who does like fire and ice, or a guy who does like electricity and force or wind or whatever, like, and kind of mixing matching, and like you said, doing the demon fusions, like you're always building on someone, so it's got like a nice pace to it too, where it's like you're always upgrading demons all the time, and you get to a boss and then maybe you grind a little bit so you can fuse a new demon, and all of a sudden like that demon is like, you get through the boss and you feel powerful again, and then it doesn't take long for that feeling to go away when
Yep,
you
yep.
get like to the next area and you get your butt kicked by like the
I loved
new
you, buddy, but you're
yeah,
gonna be fused together. You're done.
yeah. And they always have like funny things that they say too, like before the fusions or whatever. But and it's funny, like now that we're as the more modern games come out, there's always like funny fusion, like animations and stuff. Like, with Persona, they put the two demons' heads in a guillotine and cut them off, and then they end up fusing that way and stuff. Like,
Yeah. Oh, dude, and then some like, and then you get into right like the Persona 5s and just the animations, yeah, like all the craziness. Oh,
yeah,
these games, man, such good style.
oh yeah, for sure. Um, So what's have I don't remember if you said what your favorite SMT game would be
I
in
don't
this
even
franchise.
know. No,
So many good ones.
yeah, because I guess right, like it almost, I know they're within the same umbrella, right? But like a Persona feels so much different than a SMT. Uh, like if I'm going like thinking of Persona games, like I said, I played 3, 4, 5. I guess you could say like I played Persona Q. I don't know if you played that one. That was
No, I
that
haven't.
that's like the Etrian Odyssey games. Like the first person dungeon crawling where you map out as you go on the bottom touchscreen for the 3DS.
Hmm.
And actually, it's funny. I really like that game, right? Because it's Etrian Odyssey. Persona Q, I believe, was um, uh, characters from the fourth and the fifth one, like
Yeah, I think so.
interacting,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and then it was, and like it was like a really fun game. And then I remember looking, it was like, man, I played a game for like 70 hours, but like it wasn't, I feel like usually when you play a game for 70 hours, it starts to get a little long in the tooth. But like
Yeah,
I feel like I never felt that way. But yeah, out of the personas, like arguably five is the best, right? Or not arguably, like from like a design point of view and how the game works, I think five is the best. But like I think I like four the most. It was my first Persona game. Um, just a really great game. Like characters, right? I now that after you play a couple of them, you sort of be like, oh, like that's this character's archetype in this game, and like
yeah.
they're different, but like also I feel like, oh, that fills this role, that character fills that role. So being the first one, right? I didn't have any of those sort of that framework, so it's just like, oh, these characters are all great. Um, but then when I think of SMT proper, if you will, that's tough because four Apocalypse and five Vengeance are all really good. I think, or I know I should say, I jumped to Apocalypse, me liking Apocalypse more than four after I beat it, and I think I felt that way for a while. But when I think back to both those games, I feel like I think more fond. Like I remember more in four, like that left a more, you know, impression, I guess you would say. So it's
Yeah.
like I almost those are real close, but then Five Vengeance is so damn good too. Obviously, I just beat that last year. I guess that's when it came out, right? That we all did.
Yep.
Man, but if I had to pick one, oh, dude, do you have one? I might need to think on this for a minute.
uh well, I mean, the only mainline SNT that I've finished is five, so I'd have to default to five just for that reason. I definitely want to play all of them again, like four and three for sure. I actually picked up a translation of the original SNT, and there, I guess it's on like a couple different platforms, and I heard that the PlayStation version was the best, so I got the translated version of that one.
Hmm.
So I got that, but then like if we're including the spin-offs like like Devil Survivor, the one I just finished, it probably is my favorite non-Persona SNT. But it's hard. Like comparing Devil Survivor to five is tough because it's again like they're so different. Like
Different,
five,
yeah.
five I really enjoyed because like the exploration was just amazing. Like there was, these big open, like basically like you're in a post-apocalyptic world, and then you're kind of just going around and seeing the sights and seeing what trouble you can get yourself into. Whereas Devil Survivor, there's a bit more repetition to it because you're really just like you can go to different areas of Tokyo, but it's all like just kind of 2D. You're not exploring really. You're just, and then there's only like a handful of battlefields that you'll be on, like maybe 8 to 10, something like that. So you're kind of I guess there's more in the end game sequence, but for the most part, you're kind of rehashing a lot of the old places as you're going through the different days. But oh man, Yeah.
It's really tough. Like you
Yeah.
said, there's like so many different avenues of games, and they're
Yeah.
so different, but still, yeah, like connect back to with some of that DNA. And it's like it's funny. I'm like while you were talking, I'm trying to think like, man, like do I like 4 Apocalypse or 5? You know,
Yeah.
and it's like
Well,
Vengeance
four
was
was
so
was
good.
it four the old style like dungeon crawl, like the where you're in a dungeon and you're like you'll walk through and stuff, like it was more of that old style SMT, right?
No, not like no, 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 no. Um,
So it's not like the OG dungeon crawl that
no,
SMT like
not like
started off, like the Strange Journey style.
yeah, no. You run around.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's been a hot
um,
minute since I played four.
it's been a minute too now, and now I'm just making sure I'm just gonna double check that I'm not like being a big dumb idiot right now. But no, like you run around in space. Like there are like definitely points where it does go into like oh you just sort of like go into an area and you move on like a blah. But yeah, no, I'm watching. Yeah, you move around in like 3D space. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Um, like Etrian Odyssey, like Persona Q, like you definitely move in that first person like oh, I move up a tile and the screen moves. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I like. I think. I think 4 has a better story that I can like compared to Vengeance. But man, like Vengeance, just like I feel like is like the pinnacle of what like a true and tried SMT game is, right? Like how the systems play into each other, finding the miracles to get like the glory to buy more like upgrades and unlocking your characters and the exploration in the world. Um, oh, dude, I hate this question.
I know. It's like asking which of your children you like. Well, it's just, yeah, I
Well,
love them
that's
all the
easy.
same.
I've only got one.
Yeah.
This one's I got too many options.
Yeah.
I guess if I had to say, like I said, definitely be Persona 4 in that realm. Oh my god, man, this is crazy. You know what? I'm gonna go with 5 Vengeance, and that might be a recency bias playing into it a little bit. But
Yeah.
in terms of just how like amazing like it all works, right? And I would now if Vengeance didn't come out, we were talking about base 5, I think I would go 4 over it. But I think the
Okay.
improvements to with Vengeance tip the scale.
Yeah, I gotta pick that one up. I need it to go on on a big sale. I've got it on my wish list, and it's basically just waiting for like that big like 60% off or 70% off, and it's like
It's got to be
then
soon, right? I'm like right summer or the we got Black Friday sales coming up soon, and then I forget if the Black Friday is the Steam winter sale or if they have another one
uh,
in
well
December.
they do have another one. I think they have one. There's like a Boxing Day Christmas sale one for all the folks, because I remember like when a lot of people will get like a Steam Deck for or a computer for Christmas or whatever, and then by the time you get to the Steam catalog, it's like they're all on sale again. So it's
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's one of the great things about Steam though, right? Is that like it's like every other month there's like a monster sale. So as long as you put them on your wish list, then that's then you'll see those numbers drop.
Yeah, it's funny. There's no other platform, like I don't just go on the eShop randomly and I don't go on PSN randomly to see like what's on sale, what's popping on sale here. But Steam, like I'll just open it up and look and there's always like maybe not games I'm like actually going to buy, but like you know what, for that price like I would actually consider it if I was looking for something to play, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um Like even just like popped it up. Hades 2, which came out not even that long ago, already 20% off sale. Like, yeah, you really can't beat Steam.
Yeah. Now here's an even tougher question. Do you have a favorite demon?
Mm. Ooh, I like the Matador.
Oh yeah, he's he's
I've
he's always
always
good.
liked
Yep.
him. Yeah, he's a good one. Oh, I guess I'd say Dagda. He's It's spelled. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me see. It yeah, like Dagda. He's actually like a big uh like story demon, if you will, in Apocalypse. He's
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think he's got like an Irish accent, and he's got like the orange beard and stuff.
Yeah, I
um,
was just gonna say he looks like he's from Scotland or something with the orange, and he's got. It's funny because he's got like a belt. He looks like he's wearing like a WWE belt.
yep, yeah, he's cool. I mean, obviously, I am a sucker for the Jack Bros, like especially Jack Frost, right? I love
Yeah,
a wintry mix there, and then I always like how like they mix in with each other and can make like the big boy versions of each other. Um, but yeah, I guess off the top of the head, those would be my three favorite: Jack Frost, Dagda, and the good old Matador.
yeah. I was so Devil Survivor had some pretty neat ones. There was a hilarious one where it was a guy named Tyrant, and it was like this Jack dude, um, and he was like completely naked, and he was
No
riding a
wonder
giant
why you
snake.
liked him.
Yeah, it was so funny though. Like some of these demon designs are hilarious. And
Well, isn't
then
there the penis monster?
yeah, I think that's Mara.
Funny you know
That
that
one's pretty
name
funny.
too.
Yeah. Well, and you know it's funny. There's I think he's an upgrade from Tyrant. It's an old guy, and he's riding an alligator.
Yeah,
It's
there are
like
definitely
this
some
old
wacky
like
designs.
old Yoda looking like old man. He's just sitting on an alligator. And it was like, oh my god, what is going on? But yeah, it's like I love the demon designs because they're like they basically span like all cultures. So you get all these like mythological creatures or demons or gods or whatever, and they don't really get into like there's a lot of the SMT games will have like a bio or a description of like where the character kind of originated from, but for the most part, like if you're not going into the demon compendiary or whatever they call it, the like you're not really getting bogged down with those details. You just see the funny designs and kind of go from there. Um, but yeah, and I'm like you, like I have no idea how to fuse any of the like I know there's charts and stuff like, and there's like probably 12 like types of demons like that was one of the things that I was learning the other day was like because there's you really have to fuse the demons in Devil Survivor to keep up with the difficulty of the game. And so sometimes I'd be like, okay, I'm level like 65 at this point. Like what can I get? So I'll like look at a list online of like all the demons at level 65 and then it'll be like, oh well, here's a deity. So how do I get a deity? And it's like, oh okay, I gotta find a Megame, and then I have to find a Vile type, and then
Going down
and I'm like, my
the
god,
chart.
how would I ever like remember this stuff? Like I don't know. Like it's wild. I guess it's kind of similar to Pokemon though, right? Like Steel and Fire
Yeah,
type
the over
and
the types.
Ghost
Like you
type
said,
and
I think
yeah,
overall though, it's just one of those, you know, I mean, I guess, however you like to play the game, but to me, I just like going in there more like, yeah, let's just see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't want to stress
yeah,
over making sure I have like a specific demon or something. So, but I
yeah.
feel
It's
like
more
the game
about
does a good job too of showing you like, hey, like if you want to make this guy like you have this demon and then it'll be like a silhouette of another demon too, and you can usually sort of tell like what the silhouette could be, you know what I mean? So I feel like
yeah.
even if you wanted to not look online, like there are ways to sort of maybe figure it out a little bit through what the game has in there too.
Yeah, like a lot of the times I'll be just kind of looking for the abilities where it's like, oh, this boss just hammered me, but they're weak to fire or ice or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I need to get like a beefy
Yeah, fire team.
fire, yeah.
And then
So
all of a
that
sudden, like
I'll try to like,
the first like regular monsters afterwards are all like kick the crap out of fire. And you're like, oh, thanks,
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Guess I got to go back and fuse these bad boys up. They were here for one fight.
Yeah, the designers clearly know what they're doing and want to promote switching up your party frequently. There's you kind of get punished for trying to hold on to characters. It's not like in Pokemon where you're like, oh, I'll just get to ride
Get a
my
Charizard.
yeah, just ride this Charizard to the end. Charizard, Pikachu, maybe a Pidgeotto, whatever.
Yeah, no, I think that's like so good. I love that it works like that, that it is always just never hold on to the same couple people, especially how like transferring um the abilities from the demons too had like right they sort of share that pool and then you could sort of grab what you want and you know you could have find or even right you could buy like demons you've had at one point or another and it's like yeah you could buy a high level demon or get a high level demon that doesn't have like a huge pool of abilities right because it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's encouraged like you said to just keep fusing and sort of build up like options for your characters and like I always try and have like if I could have a demon with like one of the one attack you know uh element of each type so then this way like I sort of am covered to always like maximize that hitting the weak spot and getting the extra attacks and stuff.
Yeah. Well, is there? I'll go through the list. So, like I said, for our SMT journey during 2026, we're definitely going to start with Strange Journey. But we have many on the list. So we'll do a quick poll after each game that we play, and I'll go through what we had in the last poll. But I'm curious if we didn't have these polls or whatever, do you have any particular SMTs that are on your radar that you're looking forward to when we get to them? Besides Strange Journey, I guess.
um well honestly I would like to revisit 4 like I said I probably played that at minimum a decade ago if not longer than that um but yeah I guess like honestly like I haven't played. I doubt. I guess SMT focusing more SMT, not Persona. I do need to
Mm-hmm.
replay or play Reloaded for Persona 3, but no, Strange Journey should be fun. I wouldn't mind, and it might be something you want to do with Devil Survivor 2 at some point. I
Mm-hmm.
do have that. I own that one, so I would definitely be down to mess with that and relive the trauma that it
Yeah.
caused me many years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for me it would either be 4 or 4 Apocalypse. Like I said, 4 being my first SMT game, so it has that sort of that extra nostalgic tie to it, but also it's been a hot minute. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, either of those two would probably be at the top of my list.
Yeah. So in our poll, we had 5 up. So we had the original SMT, the SMT3, which is the Nocturne, Strange Journey, Persona 2. The I guess Persona 2 is split into 2 games. There's I'm gonna forget. I'm pretty sure one is Innocent Sin and the other one is Eternal Punishment. So we had the
That
first
sounds
Persona
about right.
and SMT4 on there. So yeah, those are and obviously Strange Journey. One SMT4 was just barely behind, so that'll probably be the next one we play after that. But
And let it be
you
known, I could have fudged the numbers,
know.
but I didn't.
Casey's all
A man
about the
of
justice.
integrity.
Yeah, he does not want to tip the scale, even though he would maybe have preferred to go SMT4.
Yeah, my well, of course, like I said, I didn't want to cook the books against our patrons who were voting on there, but also, I hadn't beat Strange Journey, so I am excited to get into it, and like you said, it'll be sort of funny since the first experience we had with that game was very communal, right? With a bunch of us getting
Yeah,
codes, and our second and hopefully more successful attempt will once again be sort of a communal event, which will be fun.
there are no wrong answers apparently, except maybe Soul Hackers 2, from what I'm told.
Yeah.
Even though I did pick that one up because it was on sale.
Yeah.
I blame my Steam wish list.
Yeah, they got you.
Yeah, it was like, here, do you want this for $15? And I'm like, yes, I do.
It's so funny. I googled it and on Reddit, is Soul Hackers 2 as bad as people say? That's the thread there. Pretty funny.
Oh no. Yeah. And I did not start that thread.
Yeah. Not by me.
Yeah, no, by me. Yeah, so yeah, they're pretty much all SMT. I'm up for. Yeah, it's so funny. Like it's you think with all the RPG played, I will, and like I said, I've dabbled in so many. Like I've even played probably like 15, 20 hours of not SMT but TMS. I guess it is Tokyo
Oh,
Mirage Sessions.
dude, yeah, that game was fun too.
Hmm.
I fell off it at some point, but dude, I remember some of those dungeons being really cool.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah,
had the unfortunate.
strange game.
Yeah, I played it immediately after Persona 5, so it had, by comparison, it did not bode well. So I ended up dropping it because I'm like, man, this is like a crappier version of Persona 5.
Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, with
Yeah,
like weird J-pop stars.
yeah, J-pop stars and like some light Fire Emblem.
Yeah, like the
Uh,
merchant.
yeah,
I feel like that was like the only tie into like
I think
and like
Chrome was in it or something too. Or
I think they tried to have some sort of like the triangle, right? Like sword, lance, axe thing, from Fire Emblem.
yeah.
Yeah, strange little game for sure.
Yeah.
Put it on the
But
list.
yeah, we will be playing Strange Journey very soon. So if whenever you're listening to this, we will be starting in January. So there's still time. If
January
you're
2026.
Yep. So if you want to join us, feel free. More the merrier. We just hop on over to the Discord. Just prove you're not a bot, or I might give you the boot though. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll probably wrap up this episode on this note. Certainly will not be the last time we talk about SMT, but just thought we'd give it kind of an overview as we go into 2026, which will be the
The
year of the
year.
demon. So, yeah. But yeah, I guess we want to thank everyone for listening. And yeah, feel free to join us if you can. But until then, we'll see you out at the next Thirsty Mage. Bye for now.
Adios.